busy agenda. Rick?
Harry, the president was satisfied with sacrificing.
Well, listen, as I just said, all systems are go. The conditions are permitting, and I think unless in the event something would change that, you will know it. But all systems are go, and if you have a hypothetical, if something becomes real later, we'll deal with it if it becomes real later. But what's real now is the meeting is moving forward since they're retired, and that's aimed at creating jobs. And so there are a variety of economic factors. Well, what's important is for the Palestinian Authority to move immediately to completely disarm and dismantle those groups that oppose a two-state solution and employ terror and violence in order to achieve their aims. Should the Palestinians declare a ceasefire, it must be accompanied by parallel steps to disarm and dismantle terrorists and terrorist infrastructure.
We're talking about one of the terrorist groups itself, not the Palestinian Authority as a whole, but actually one of the terrorist groups that has, in many cases, actively undermined efforts to
And that's
move
why
forward.
the negotiations and the work with the Palestinian Authority, because they have these responsibilities.
A lot of talk that
I think that the time has moved beyond us. Clearly, there's an important meeting about to take place, and the proper representatives of the Palestinian people will be there who believe in peace and are espousing the cause of peace. I don't know every detail of every conversation an Arab leader has with Yasser Arafat, but I don't know that you have reason to believe that their message to Yasser Arafat is any way inconsistent with America's message about working to achieve peace and the importance of not interfering with the peace process.
So is your message then to the Egyptians and other Arab nations to tell Arafat to butt out?
I can't speak for what their message is. I think you need to ask them. Reduce the suffering around the world. Alexis? July 12th, which is our policy toward Iran. And the president is indeed satisfied with the intelligence that he received, and I think that's borne out by the fact that, just as Secretary Powell described to the United Nations, we have found the bio trucks that can be used only for the purpose of producing biological weapons. That's proof perfect that the intelligence in that regard was right on target.
For two trucks?
I'm sorry?
You would go to war on the finding of two trucks?
Well, I don't think it's anything to dismiss that Iraq had, contrary to their protestations to the United Nations, trucks for the purpose of producing biological weapons. They said they didn't have them. They got caught. Proof perfect that they had them. The only use for those trucks is to produce biological weapons. It reviewed every day, given the fact that it was recently raised. It has been reviewed on a continual basis to see whether that raise should continue in place. Conversations are taking place.